Harmonic combinations to fight without thought is suicide. The path to victory is laid out one step at a time, each ahead of your opponents. Sagacious Tien. Harmonic combinations demand the use of two styles in rapid succession. The first must be of the class called Support, the second from the class known as Martial. Timing is the key. Begin with a focused disabling effect and follow quickly with a powerful barehanded blow. The two actions working in concert will create a harmonic channel in your chi and wreak havoc upon your foe. You must be swift, as the window to create the harmony is limited. Disable your foe, close swiftly as you change style, and strike with all available force. Let nothing stand in your way, but beware. Opponents of great strength may possess the training to resist this technique. Thought will guide you to victory. Harmonic combinations will ensure the journey is swift. Auspicious portents. Understanding the stars and the universe is a very important goal. By examining the universe, we can interpret and predict things to come. The sky is where the great dragon was said to dwell, and in his illustrious home we can see the signs of his effects on creation. Of the observable phenomena, three major ones are the most auspicious: comets, the flames of the heavens, passing across the sky; eclipses, during which the power of the gods blocks the sun for brief periods; and falling stars, marking the descent of one of the celestial bureaucracy to the earth. Lore! Lord? Hello?
Gao does not have the patience to properly learn what Master Li is trying to teach us.
It is an honor to be approached by the school's most senior student. My mother had high hopes for the school when she sent me here from the capital. Sometimes I wonder if I am ready to train with others of such skill. Even in the robes of a junior student, I feel a long way from my home in the Imperial City.
If you're here, you belong here.
You're right. Master Li would not have accepted me if he did not see potential. He measures all people carefully. I will just have to work twice as hard to catch up to your level of skill. Even then, it will take a long time to be your match. How long have you studied with Master Li?
It's been as long as I can remember.
You and Dawnstar have both had
Stutters.
a lifetime of training under Master Li. He is stern with you, but you sure can see that he's proud as well. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pester you with my questions. Is there something you need?
How well do you know the others at the school?
I don't know anyone else who displays the skill you do. Well, perhaps Gao, but he lacks discipline. That is why he still wears the robes of a junior student, despite his ability. Dawnstar would be next, with few able to match her delicate moves. Beyond that, the only other person I know well is Smiling Mountain, the sparring master.
What do you think of Dawnstar?
I know she is sensitive to things the rest of us can't see. Sometimes I feel sorry for her. It obviously makes her feel different, and that's not right.
Why do you say that?
I think she was given a gift. Unlike responsibility, it may not always be pleasant, but it's something she should be proud of. It shouldn't isolate her.
Do you have any impressions of Gao?
I have seen his kind in the city. He thinks his family's wealth is a substitute for nobility and is angered when others still see him for what he is, a crass and spoiled bully.
How has Smiling Mountain helped you train?
Well, he doesn't come close to Master Li's skill, but Smiling Mountain is good for the younger students. He pairs novices with more advanced students so we can learn.
Have you heard anything special about me?
I have heard about and seen your skill, but I haven't been here long enough to know much more. Most of the students seem to appreciate your abilities.
Well, who doesn't?
I hate to put words in other people's mouths, but it's obvious that Gao does not favor you. Master Li has been a mediator of sorts, but Gao responds poorly to authority. I'll answer what I can.
Since you're new, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Master Li.
He is one man and guides his students well. My last school had two masters who feuded all the time. It made learning very difficult.
What style did you study in the Imperial City?
At the Black Leopard School, I learned the bare basics of a style under First Brother Kai, but not enough to say I'd mastered anything more than a few core techniques. I'd demonstrate, but I don't think I even could. Master Li's teachings have been so much more effective that I have forgotten most of what I learned in the capital.
How do Master Li's skills measure up to your teachers in the Imperial City?
He is greatly skilled and tutors his students intently. You especially. My school in the city was mired in politics, not an environment that promotes diligent study. I'll answer what I can.
What do people from the capital think of the Empire?
It's funny, but I still want to look over my shoulder. I have to remember that we are a long way from the ears of the Lotus Assassins.
Why would you be worried about the Lotus Assassins?
They're the Emperor's personal guardians. In the Imperial City, they watch everyone and everything, looking for those who would question the course of the Empire.
Why are people questioning the direction the Empire is taking?
The Lotus Assassins visit people who ask a lot of questions. The Emperor hasn't been seen much recently. His advisors run things. They're not gentle.
Too real. Do you know anything about rumors of ghosts?
There's already enough darkness without making up stories about shadows, in my opinion. And try Lynn. She seems very interested in the ghosts.
What can you tell me about places other than here?
I'm no map maker, but I know the basics of the way the Empire is laid out. What do you want to know?
Tell me about the Imperial City.
It was a beautiful place to grow up. The brightest minds, the most noble houses, all the greatest warriors gather there. It's truly the most vibrant place in the world.
Sounds like you miss it.
I'm glad to be here, don't get me wrong. Two Rivers, though, is very peaceful. I'm used to a more hectic pace, I think. It's taking me some time to adjust.
How do you like this area?
Two Rivers is quiet, subdued. This province has a lot of rich agricultural land. Actually, fields cover pretty much everything south of the Great Southern Forest.
Let's hear about the rest of the Empire.
The Empire is divided into 4 massive provinces. This area, largely agricultural, is the Golden Delta. To the north lies the Seat of Heaven, which holds the Imperial City. In the prosperous east, you can find port cities like the Phoenix Gate. To the west lie the hills of the 6 Holy Scrolls. I know little about those 2 provinces, though. I'll answer what I can.
You're fairly new here. Tell me more about yourself.
I'm honored that you should ask. What do you want to know?
What brought you to this school?
The school I attended in the Imperial...
Yeah. What will you do when you are done training here?
Well, that won't be for a long time, but I'll probably return to the Imperial City. Perhaps I'll join the Imperial Guard. It's hard to think that far ahead.
Fair.
I'll answer what I can.
Take care. I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye. Take care of yourself.
Matt?
Meh. Meh. The Old Tongue Volume 1. Tho Fan, or the Old Tongue, was the native language of one of many kingdoms struggling for supremacy before the empire was unified by Sagacious Tien, our first emperor. As the wars raged, constant shifts in territorial leadership spread the use of the Old Tongue. By the time Sagacious Tien formed the empire, the Old Tongue was so widely spread that it became a second official language of the Jade Empire. Okay, so I think we've talked to everyone in this area a good bit.
Typical.
Eh!
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Li, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you.
Wait, is that Nathan Fillion? It is, isn't it? Actually, I wanted to talk to you a moment. I totally forgot about that.
The senior student, Master Li's little lapdog, here to talk to me? My lucky, lucky day. Don't you have something more important to do?
What did I do to earn this belligerence?
You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic.
That's amazing. I
Master Lee wants to
totally
talk.
forgot that doors, and that's so
Do me
funny.
a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
It's so random. It's such an obscure game for him to be a part of. So random. And he's doing like an extra nasally version of himself to make himself even more annoying. It's so good.
I have nothing to say to a dog bounding after its master. Go bother someone else.
I totally forgot about that. That's amazing. Oh my god. The Long Drought. The Long Drought stands as one of the worst periods in the Jade Empire's recent history. 10 years of scorching heat and little rainfall took their toll on even the prodigious reserves of the Empire's granaries. The sages predicted at least 3 more devastatingly dry years, while those in the mystery of harmony watched the death toll mount into the hundreds of thousands. Then Emperor Sunhai declared that the drought was over, and somehow it was. Through the Emperor's divine will, green returned to our parched land, and stability was restored. Lore. Lore. Martial styles. Martial styles do not always access the energies of mind and body harmoniously. Sometimes imbalance is the source of their power. As it is with Iron Palm and Viper, each requires possession of 3 meditation scrolls that prepare the student for the forces that will be encountered. If these disciplines are attempted without complete understanding, the student risks accessing more power than the body can withstand. Knowledge of Iron Palm and Viper is not often shared, as most martial practitioners consider them to be in opposition to classical teaching. If a student happens upon one of the scrolls detailing these styles, he or she cannot and should not attempt to train in the style until gaining the possession of all 3. The most difficult and humbling step of any journey is the acceptance of one's own limitations and confronting whether the journey is possible at all. Killer crits! It's also Buck in Halo 3+. Yeah, and he was in Destiny as well, right? It's amazing. This is Jade Empire. It's made by BioWare, and it came out like around the exact same time as Knights of the Old Republic. It's going to be our next playthrough alongside Elden Ring. It's basically an OG Souls-like, in a way. The combat is, like, pretty Souls-like.
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jingwu with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena.
Yes.
You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
We were playing a little Elden Ring earlier. And we're probably going to be playing this for about 20 more minutes, and then we're going to do dailies with Ronan a little earlier tonight. Perhaps I'll train others as you have trained me.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn.
It really is, RLG.
I recall that as a child,
It's
you
like
fell
the
and
original.
bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that
Before
small
souls were a
pains
thing.
are part of learning, but not every setback imparts wisdom. You must be careful.
Word, Cal, word.
Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret.
I'm sure it was for a good reason, Master.
Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared.
Kingsfield?
I do not have all
I've never
the
heard of that.
answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Lee!
Yeah.
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master, Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him, and Kiamin was injured.
Where
No.
is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Lee. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
We will have to continue our discussion later, my student. It appears we have more pressing matters.
What'd you have me do, Master?
The time for practice is over. Go to Gujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon. You may soon be called to use it.
Ooh.
On your way, make certain Dawnstar is
Whoa,
aware
whoa,
of the
whoa, whoa,
danger.
whoa.
Her skills have always complemented yours, so take
PG-13.
her with you. Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student. I will return as soon as I can. We will continue our discussion when the threat is over.
Where can I find Dawnstar and Gujin?
Dawnstar will be near her garden at the entrance to the school. Gujin will be in his shop near the village gate, up the stairs from the village square.
I'll do as you ask.
Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Bye, Master Lee. Switch the minimap on and off by clicking... Okay. Statue of a lion stands behind an altar. It is marked as a training aid designed by a previous master at the school. There's a crystal sphere in the lion's paw. And the markings on the lion. The altar and statue serve to show students a real example of lessons otherwise presented abstractly in class. It has not seen use in some time. The altar is less ornate than the statue and was replaced many times after frustrated or deliberate outbursts from students, but that too is part of the exercise. There's a mention of greater reward for the more investigative path, but that was probably an additional element of the test performed by the master who placed it. You cannot recall Master Lee ever referring to the statue. Different masters prefer different methods of teaching. Approach the altar. The altar is less ornate than the statue and lacks a sense of permanence. Something activates as you approach. The sphere in the lion's paw begins to glow with a blue light. Destroy the altar! Leave. Red, a lion figurine. Yellow, fire figurine. Blue. Okay. We don't want to do that yet. I do vaguely remember that puzzle. Did you know that Frosty is Persian? I've never asked him where his like family is from. But yes, he is royalty. He is indeed royalty. It all makes sense. Tenchu game. Stealth is the key to winning that game. I never played that. Never played that. The only like stealth games I ever played were Metal Gear and a couple of Splinter Cells. What are you guys doing?
Oh, senior student. Not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice. Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the best.
Against? Why the unfair odds?
With all due respect, we would be no challenge for you individually. We could learn much from seeing how you deal with more than one opponent. Smiling Mountain usually lets us fight in groups if he has enough students available. But learning from you is a chance I wouldn't want to pass up. If you have time, that is. I would not wish to impose.
Always found heritage and all that to be super interesting. Yeah. It's cool to see where everybody kind of came from. I have a lot of Irish blood and English. I took like a DNA test a while back. I think those were like the big two. I'm actually like pretty closely related to the Wright brothers, from my understanding. That invented the plane. And Davy Crockett actually married into my family a while back. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I don't really know the history of either of them all that well, but yeah. My last name is the same as the lady, at least one of the wives Davy Crockett had. I don't remember if he only had one or not. Bit of Hungarian DNA is in the Kell bloodline, yeah. Hungarian. It's like super weird and wild, yeah, I know. It's super random, and it's super distant, but it's there. I could spare a moment or two, certainly.
This is good news. We'll try to go easy on you.
Yeah, my grandfather did like a whole like family tree like research when he was alive. Those were some of the things that he discovered. How much truth there is to it all, it's hard for me to say, but from his research, that's what he found out.
It was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
Davy Crockett. Yeah, that's interesting, Kel. This grave appears to be dedicated to the Old Master, a former instructor of the school. It is a humble tribute, not even bearing his name. A small bowl sits beneath the stylized image of a lion, ready to accept offerings of silver to speed the spirit of the departed to his rest. You have no silver. I ain't got no silver. We'll have to come back here. English and Irish for me. Yeah, Aries, maybe we're related. We might be related, because it's the same for me. Also, Aries, we're going to be starting in about 15 minutes doing our dailies. So if you wanted to join, we're about to hop over to Final Fantasy. After dailies, I don't know. I'll probably just like speed through some Heavensward content. But we'll probably play a lot more of this tomorrow. We'll probably just play this and Final Fantasy tomorrow. We'll skip out on Elden Ring tomorrow. And we'll play a bunch of Elden Ring this weekend too. Since we didn't get that much time in this tonight. I wonder if I'm able to do the sparring now. I probably have to deal with the pirates first to get my weapon.
I hear bandits have injured Kia Min. She is a favorite pupil and holds the record for the challenge I run. I'm sure Master Li will take care of her. What can I do for you? I am here to serve and train. I'm afraid we have more pressing matters.
Yeah, deal with the bandits. Dude, this girl's just beating this guy up.
I may finally get a chance to see some combat if there are truly bandits coming. I'm sure Master Li will be able to save Kia Min even if she's wounded. But I wonder who will salve her pride, walking along the shore my foot. What do you need from me? Leaving so...
Okay. Seems like they've got some updates.
What would bandits want with a sleepy town like Two Rivers?
Sleepy town.
They're in for a surprise if they think the school won't leap to the town's defense. What can I do to help you?
It's cool that like some of the voice dialogues kind of update as things happen. Justify is going around and talking to everyone again. Alright, we'll talk to Jing Wu.
Bandits coming here. They must not know about the school, or at least about Master Li. He's not a man to stand idly by while people suffer. If they hurt Kia Min badly, Master Li will be angry. I'd hate to be the captain of that ship if Master Li is angry. It's always good to see you again. They'd probably skin...
Okay. Okay. Probably... I think I talked to Dawnstar up here. I run into Dawnstar, right? Okay, I think I can have this dialogue and then we'll have to save and come back to it tomorrow.
What's the matter, Dawnstar? Are you scared that Master Li might find out?
There's talk of approaching bandits and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
Hello, Dawnstar. I certainly hope I am interrupting.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
I won't forget this,
In this one, Kel?
You show great disrespect.
In this game?
You as well.
Not all that annoying.
You will not take all the glory
Dawnstar's
if there is
fine.
an attack. We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns. He acts like he's above Master Li's teachings.
Yeah, Malcolm,
Such
yeah.
are the conceits of wealth, I suppose. I appreciate that you arrived.
It's literally just
home.
angry Malcolm Reynolds, yeah. I remember loathing both. I never minded Dawnstar, but Silk Fox was annoying. Silk Fox was basically like Bastila, and Dawnstar is kind of like... Mission, I guess? Mission Vow? So, I don't know. It's not bad. Neither one of them are that bad. I mean, their characters are their characters, but I always liked Dawnstar more than Silk Fox. From what I remember, it's been a long time. I'll take a Basilisk scolding every day. Then I feel like you would love Silk Fox then, because they're like the same character, I swear. What did Gao want?
What does Gao the Lesser ever want? He's convinced that he can buy everything, and that includes people. He's a spoiled little man. I'd rather not dwell on him. Let's not increase his influence by talking about him after he's gone. What is it you wish?
You know about the bandits. Master Li said to get a weapon from Gujin.
Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with Si Pat on his way to help Kia Min. It's strange that simple bandits would launch such a raid. Master Li was concerned that this would
My
interrupt
eyes are
your
up here,
training.
Dawn.
His respect for your potential is just so absolute.
She's struggling to
Has
keep
he
eye
told you any
contact.
more about your future?
Not specifically. What do you know about it?
Only what Master Li has told you in the past. You are meant for great things, but you must discover them yourself. It must be so frustrating, but exciting as well.
He's told me similar things. You have talents too.
It is not the same. You are filled with the promise of great things, even if they are unknown. My skills will always be darker. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to
Just
be
follow the
useful for anything
tattoos.
other than keeping me awake at night. I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that.
Please don't put me on a pedestal. I'd rather stand beside my friends. That's right.
I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground. What does Master Li say?
Riku!
That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Gujin's workshop.
Kairi!
It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack.
Roxas? Donald! Goofy! Let's go together. I could use the company.
Of course. Good company will make the walk go faster.
Yeah, it will. And also go faster. Follower gained. Your followers will fight alongside you. We can also access their support abilities. I don't know if I'm going to end up using that. Since we're playing on hard mode. Support recovers your chi. Dawnstar's attacks can damage spirits. I think it's better to just have them out because they kind of act like a tank in a way. The inner self. The great wheel of life turns eternal, bringing one through life into death, then back around again into life. Though the new life is always different, the core essence, the spirit of a person remains the same. The spirit breathed into each person is eternal. To achieve harmony with the universe, one must perfect their harmony with the spirit. Indeed, the spirit in each individual is a reflection of that greater universe. It is a reflection of the wheel of life and the great dragon that created it.
I'm healed.
Helps you focus your inner voice. Okay, yeah, that's for my chi. Did she talk? Does she want to talk?
We should go to Gujin for a weapon like Master Lee's.
How did you help Master Lee find out about the Restless Dead?
I don't want to think about it too much. Manipulating chi has not come as naturally to me as it has to you. The things I do are different. I can see spirit shapes and hear the odd whisper. Master Lee was surprised, but he has not had time to look into it further. Your training is his primary interest. Hopefully I'll find my skills useful for more than just keeping me up at night. Could we go on to something else?
What do you know about the spirit world?
We are all spiritual creatures. When we die, our spirits are released to find their way to the underworld. The journey eases the transition from life to death. If their time among the living was troubled or painful, spirits sometimes get lost. They can seem almost alive and are often mistaken for living creatures. They usually only appear for a short time. They say what they need to say and then are drawn to the underworld.
Say what you need to say. What makes them so threatening?
If a person's life was very traumatic, his or her spirit can lose its way for a long time. They can go mad, trapped in the world of the living.
Too real.
Maddened spirits change. They lose their connection to
Take
the
your
living
vacations,
world
y'all.
and begin to channel darker emotions. They can be very dangerous. I've only seen hints of those. It's been enough. I'm very worried about what may be coming.
What happens to them in the underworld?
I don't know. That's the kind of thing old men sit on mountains to discover. Some say it is a place of judgment. Maybe it's about reincarnation. You'd think we could just ask the spirits themselves, but if we can't really understand our own answers, how can we hope to fathom theirs? His workshop. You must be tired.
Yeah. All right. Focus up. Shablam. We'll save there, and that'll be our first session of Jade Empire. Such a good game.